As a coach, you probably spend way too much time trying to book sales calls, cold DMs on Instagram, endless LinkedIn prospecting, paid ads that eat up your profit, begging for referrals from past clients. And I bet you're sick and tired of being on this constant hamster wheel of lead generation. The truth is, there's a much easier way, if you're lazy like me, to fill your calendar with qualified sales calls every single month. A method that works on autopilot once it's set up. I know this because I've helped people just like you generate hundreds of thousands in revenue using this exact method without the constant hustle for new leads. So in this video, I'm going to show you the laziest yet most effective way to book 10 to 30 sales calls every month as a coach. And I'm going to break down every single step of this process so you can implement it for yourself. This isn't going to be your basic just do more outreach advice. I'm going to show you a system that delivers qualified calls on autopilot so you can stop chasing leads and focus on what you do best, which is coaching your clients. Let's get into it. So for new and experienced coaches, there is a problem with traditional lead gen. For new coaches, they're time rich but money poor. They're sending hundreds of DMs, but 98% of those DMs are getting rejected, and that 2% that actually get the response may or may not even turn into a client anyway. And they're making content that doesn't attract anyone. And if they are making content that is getting some attention, they're probably not attracting the right audience who would be an ideal client for you. So the result of this is new coaches burn out and quit pretty quickly. And then for experienced coaches, they're money rich, but time poor. They have clients that they're fulfilling for, so they have the money. So now that they don't have time to do the cold outreach, so what do? They try paid ads, but they spend tens of thousands of dollars. They can't crack it. They inevitably stop doing paid ads and spend all the rest of their time on client work. And as a result, they get frustrated and quit as well. So what have we learned not to do here? Basically, you don't want to build on rented land. So when it comes to content, content is rented land. You do not own the audience when you're posting on LinkedIn, because you can't expect, as you might have seen, when you make a post on LinkedIn, even if you have 100,000 followers, you're not even going to get 10% of those people liking your post. And the way social media works now, whether it's on TikTok, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, having a big audience does not guarantee that your content gets seen. A lot of new coaches and seasoned ones too post generic value content. With value, you end up giving too much away for free, and as a result, people do not want to try out your stuff because you've already given the free stuff. Then trying to do everything. A lot of coaches do not know how to delegate. They don't know when to open up new pipelines that might be better for them, and as a result of that, they're trying to edit videos, they're trying to film themselves, they're trying to make all the content while also fulfilling and doing ops if they have any kind of team members. It's too much work for them, and that's why they inevitably quit. So what I want to present to you is a lazier way to book sales calls, because ultimately we should be spending most of our time doing lead gen, but we want a lazy way so you do not need to spend a ton of time doing it. So what you really want is something that you can build once that works forever. It attracts ideal clients to you. It doesn't cost money, it doesn't eat your time, and it's the laziest strategy possible. And that strategy is called the YouTube sales funnel. We go from YouTube to a call to making bags of money, and here is why it works. So with YouTube, you only need one video per week, and that compounds over time. It'll also nurture prospects automatically. So when someone comes and they watch your video should be able to address not only objections, but it should get them excited about the prospect of working with you. Now, a lot of people, where they go wrong is they make videos that don't have any kind of outcome in it, right? And that's why people don't click, because it doesn't create any kind of curiosity gap that gets them to click the video and then learn what it is that you know. And videos also on YouTube work 24/7, unlike ads or DMs. So once you post a video, if it's evergreen, it's going to continue to get more views and compound over time. Unlike ads, which is like a water faucet. Once you turn off the faucet, the water stops flowing. And what I mean by the faucet is the money that you're pumping in. Once you turn, and the water are the leads, right? But once you turn off that faucet, if you don't want to spend $10,000 on your ads anymore, you're not going to get $10,000 worth of leads. Then when it comes to DMs, if you are time poor, first off, you won't be able to have the time to send those DMs. And if you stop sending DMs, then you stop your lead generation process. And then with YouTube, you can also, every video creates pre-sold prospects. So again, when it comes to nurturing your prospects, they're pre-sold on your idea. A lot of the time, people on YouTube they are aware of the problems that they have in their life. For example, if you're a man in your 20s and you feel like you're too skinny and you want to add 5 pounds of muscle, well, you know you have that specific problem. You're just not sure what the solution to your problem is. And that's why we're going to move into your 7-step lazy blueprint, which is going to help you move people from a specific level of awareness to another one, to solution aware and then product aware. And once they're product aware, that's when they'll be in your ecosystem learning more about what it is that you do and the result you can get them. So your 7-step lazy blueprint is here to help you get more than 42 views on your videos, okay? So if you're stuck at 42 views per video or less, this is going to help you break through 100 views, if not into the 1,000 views. So for the blueprint, there are 3 sections. You have the foundation steps, delivery steps, and the conversion steps. We're going to start here with foundations. Step number 1 is content format. So what I'm doing in this video is it's a talking head, screen share, then a CTA. This is the easiest and laziest way to have a very high performing video. What I mean by that is in the hook of this video, I was full screen talking head. Then we transitioned to me screen sharing, and at the end, we're gonna have a CTA. All you really have to do is write up a hook for yourself, write out an intro, and then you create a quick board that took maybe 30 minutes to create because I already knew what I was gonna talk about, and then you're screen sharing it. So then in the middle of the video, you don't even have to do any editing besides maybe some basic cuts, and you're good to go. And really, why this works so well, even though it's lazy, simplicity always beats complexity. People don't want complex edits in their videos. They want, especially smart B2B buyers like you might be as a coach, people just want the information laid out in front of them and they can make the decisions for themselves. And then the idea is that great ideas always beat fancy production. So step 2 is topic selection. We want to study the awareness levels. Kind of like what I mentioned before, you have different people at different levels of awareness. The buyers are generally the people who are most aware. They are most aware of what you can do for them, how you help them, and what the result is they can get by working with you. But most people are not there yet, right? Like you have less than 1% of the market is going to be at that most aware level. 90% of them are going to be in the not aware at all, or they're in problem aware. You want to make videos that are going to target people at the problem aware level, okay? And when you do that, you're able to mix in ideas from your own journey. So you can literally just tell stories about what you've dealt with and how you moved from A to Z and solved a situation for yourself. So again, moving back to the fitness coaching offer, if you were a skinny guy in your 20s and you added a bunch of, 10, 15 pounds of muscle to your physique, you can talk about your journey. And that is going to relate to your audience. So you don't even need to know any kind of scientific information here. You just need to talk about your story. And with that, you're going to attract the correct audience. Then what you can do with topic selection is just look at what's already working. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Look at other fitness coaches and see what videos were outliers for them. Then remake it with your own twist. Then what you can do is once you have a great idea, you want to make sure that your hook is solid. So you can use a couple different ways to make sure your hook looks good. You can use proof, promise, plan, where you come up with proof of what you have done so far to get the outcome that you are then promising to your audience, and then you have a plan for them on how they can achieve it. You can literally call out a specific type of person. So again, if you are that fitness coach, you can say, skinny guys in your 20s, here is your problem, and then you're going to present the solution to them. You can also use data, controversy, and bold claims to get attention and make sure that within the first 30 seconds, you're saying something that is making people stop their scroll. But in the case of YouTube, because YouTube is going to be the best way to book sales calls for your business for free with the least amount of time spent on it, you want to make sure that the first 30 seconds are dialed in. And that's why you write a hook, but then go into the body just like this with a screen share, like what I'm doing now, and present your information. So now we go into the delivery. Like, how do you actually deliver value? Like, that's going to get people off the video and then to a sales call with you. Because when it comes to the foundational steps, this is pretty simple. Like, this is the easy stuff that's only going to take you maybe an hour to get set up, maximum. But this part here, okay, we want to make sure that like you have the knowledge to actually book sales calls. So you want to start with why. And we start with why because a lot of people don't understand like why they even need to move up the next level of awareness. So you have someone who's problem aware. They know they are skinny and they want to add muscle, but they don't really know, like they know they want to, but they don't know why they want to. So you need to explain what are the benefits of gaining that muscle, right? They might get more attention. They might be able to, help their grandparents with moving. They might have some kind of scientific benefit where they'll sleep better, or they'll be more confident when they are giving, on a sales call because maybe they're in sales. Then what you can do after you explain, here's why you need to do this, you show them how to do it. And that's where the value comes in. So as a coach, you don't want to show off anything too proprietary, right? But you're going to show them, okay, you need to get in the gym. You need to eat better. You need to eat more protein. But that alone will usually never be enough for 90% of people, because most people aren't going to be like the go-getters. They need that extra hand-holding that's going to make them want to hire you as their coach. And to get them to hire you, you want to make sure you have natural CTAs built into the video. And after you show them how to get the outcome that they're looking for, you have natural calls to action put into the video. So you can have multiple calls to action that aren't just at the end, meaning you are making the ask, you are asking them, go to the link in the description of this video to check out what it is I can do for you. As an example, check out all the case studies I have on my website, book a call to get those 10 pounds of muscle added to you in the next 60 days. But you got to make sure you earn the ask first. A lot of YouTubers make the mistake of going, cool, here's my CTA in the very beginning of the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, check out the link in my description, within the first 30 seconds, but you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that the CTAs come in naturally, and then you're earning the ask first. And you earn the ask by giving value first, right? You show them a bit of how they can get the outcome they're looking for, and then you can make the ask, right? And one thing I've noticed with coaching clients is you'll see bigger YouTubers tell you, like, don't even use CTAs, but consider your audience. You don't want to use a strategy other people are using just for the sake of, because like Alex Hormozi told you to do this doesn't mean you should be doing it. Alex Hormozi has a different ICP than you do. You have clients who may not know that they have permission to take action. And so that's why you need to be the one who is making the ask for them, giving them permission to change their lives. And then after they hit the CTA, you want to make sure there are conversion steps in place. So before even clicking on the video, right, we want to make sure there's a good SEO strategy in place. So if you're making a video called 15 minutes of the best muscle building advice on the internet, you want to make sure that you're using SEO that surrounds that title. Now, you do this by using short and long tail keywords, and then making sure the video is low competition but has a high volume of search. So supply and demand, and then you can use AI for optimization on all of this. Now, I can make another video that goes way more in detail on SEO on YouTube. The gist of this is that YouTube is very intuitive, and in the description of the video and in the title and the tags that you use, they need to be intentional. You should be putting in keywords that have a high search. A lot of people are searching for this keyword, and then low competition, where there's not a lot of videos that are targeting this keyword, which this video will help rank your video up higher. And when the video ranks up higher, a lot more people will go and click on the video and watch it, and then we'll book sales calls because you're using the steps previous to this SEO strategy here to then make sure that people watch the whole video and then book a sales call with you. And then step number 7 is conversions to calls. And this is where different types of videos come in. First thing you can do is you can have educational videos, kind of like this one. These are intended to be top of funnel. These are getting people who are on that problemware spectrum, and then you're going to move them from these educational type videos to case studies. Now, if you don't have any case studies, you should go get them from your clients. Go ask them literally for a 5-minute conversation where you're talking about and asking them what outcomes and what benefits that they got from working with you. Then from the case studies videos, you can move them to your landing page. And if you don't already have a landing page built up, there are definitely other videos you can watch to get those figured out, or just check out my landing page in the link in the description below. And it talks about how I build YouTube sales funnels for my clients. Check out that landing page if you need help like designing one. Just literally copy how it looks for yourself, and then you can see how my landing page would help me book more calls, because not only do I have a nice headline on the landing page, I have a short video that explains everything that it is that I do, the opportunity and the opportunity cost of not having a YouTube sales funnel. And then it has case studies as well from a few of my clients and screenshots from YouTube videos that I've worked on, as well as a call booking link. So that's it, the laziest way to book more sales calls every single month as a coach. If you implement this YouTube sales funnel correctly, you'll have a consistent stream of pre-qualified, pre-sold leads coming to you automatically. No more cold DMing, no more expensive ad campaigns, no more hustling for every single client. But let's be honest, setting this up properly does take some initial work and expertise. So you really have two options at this point. Number one, you can do it yourself, spending months figuring out what works through trial and error, creating videos that might not perform, and piecing together a funnel that may or may not convert. And option number two is you can work with my agency to build this entire system for you, leveraging our proven process that's already generated hundreds of thousands of dollars for our clients. So if you're a coach making at least $20K per month and you want to add 10 to 30 qualified calls to your calendar every month with just 1 to 2 hours of work per month, click the first link in the description right now. On that page, you'll see video testimonials from others we've worked with, and it'll show you exactly how our process works. Remember, your time is your most valuable asset. The truly lazy and smart approach to this is to let the experts handle the lead generation while you focus on what you do best, which is changing your clients' lives. So click that link now, and I'll see you on the other side.